Hi, this is Miss Radis, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a website using Google Sites. Two different ways to get started. One is to find the 9 dots, I call them the apps button, and go to Sites. Or my favorite way is to go to Google Drive and then go to New. The reason why I like to go to Google Drive, first of all, is I like to know where my file is being saved. So I usually put it in the classroom folder. So I go to my classroom folder, I go to New, I go to More, and then I go to Google Sites. And once it loads up, I want you getting into a habit to automatically add a title to your website because it defaults to untitled site. And later on, you want to be able to find it. So let's say that I am doing a website about the island of Madeira. So I'll go ahead and call it Madeira Island, and that'll automatically show up over here. If I had a little logo, I could add that logo as well here, but it's important to do that because then it shows up here and also shows up in my Google Drive. So if I need to find it, and this is where you would put the title. So we're going to call it, for this example, the island of Madeira. I'm not sure. I'm not being very creative right now. You can go ahead and add the title that you like. One thing I will tell you is I don't really like that's going into 2 lines, but that's okay because I can very easily stretch that out so that it is right here. You'll notice as you're navigating around, maybe you can see that, maybe you cannot, a bunch of tiny dots. Whenever you see that, that allows you to move it should allow you to move your title, but I think because I made it so big, it's kind of stuck to where it is. But we'll address that in a little bit later on. So the first thing that kids want to do usually is customize their colors. And I don't blame you because this is the generic one. There's nothing wrong with it, but maybe you want to make it more exciting. So what you want to do is off to the right side, I want you to notice Insert Pages and Themes. For customizing your colors, you're going to go ahead and go to Themes. And then you have to decide which theme do you want. This is the simple theme that you're looking at: Aristotle, Diplomat, Vision, Level, and Impression. And that's it. Those are the only themes that you can pick from right now. Maybe that'll change in the future. And when you decide on your theme, that theme will be applied to all of the website pages that you add, and it'll also help to define the colors that you're going to be using. So I decided for this website, I want to use the one that's Vision. Now, I didn't pick it because it had a picture, so I don't want you thinking that you can't change. Like, let's say you decide that you want to go with this color scheme, or even change it to this kind of color scheme. I don't want you thinking that you can't change the image in the background because I'm going to show you in a minute that you can. The reason why I chose this one is because I like the colors that are being offered. And so that's what I looked at. I looked at the different colors that were being offered, and it was more in line with the website that I wanted to create. So that's why I picked it. You can also customize your colors a little bit. So there's a little room for adding some personality. I do have to pick the type of font that I want. I'm going to go with the classic font. So again, these changes would be applied to all of my pages to keep it all consistent. So how do I change my image? Very easily. Off to the left, I have an option of either uploading an image that I've saved to my computer, or if I go to select image, I can go to my Google Drive and get an image. But I'll tell you right now, I don't have a picture in my Google Drive, but I do like this gallery photo. So, I mean, there's also, you can search and do URLs, but I do like this gallery photo. I'm going to hit select, and now I've got my image. The image is a little on the darker side. So if I click here, it made it a little lighter. So keep that in mind that there's some options here. So this works out great. I love the blue on the top. And you're probably like, I want to change the font color. You cannot. They try to keep some consistency. As you can see, I can basically only change the top bar. So they're trying to keep a little bit of consistency. When you pick a theme, all the colors will basically be decided for you. So now, how do I get started? Oh, a couple more things, sorry. With the image that you can do is you can have for the cover page, have it just fill up the entire page. You can also make it just a large banner, a regular size banner, or title only. I'm going to go with regular. So let's go to insert. This is where most of the heavy lifting is going to be done. I need to add some information down here, and this section here is awesome because it does like this layout for me, and I can decide what I want. Maybe I want to get started with this here. And what this does, it allows me to put images. So just back up a little bit. Whenever you see this symbol of like a mountain and a sun, That is a universal symbol for an image. So I can either upload something from my computer or go ahead and add something from my Google Drive. So I've already preloaded some images that I want to go ahead and add to this section. So, and that's why I decided to start with images first. And this particular template, I have um, I don't know what I'm going to write. So I have a thing to put in a title. So I got a blah over there and a blah over here. And then I can add way more blah, try and explain what the image is about on the boxes below. And that's all cool. It was already decided for me. Really helps me out. If now it would be wonderful if there was actual words here, but you guys get the idea. And you get to see how in very little time I created a very, very professional looking website to start off with. Now I can add more content. Maybe the next section, I want it to go like this, where I just have one image and a lot more text. I can do that. Please don't be shy. Try the different options that you see. Like, I know this is for my title that's going to go over here. But I believe if I come here, I can make it just smaller just by doing that. So there's different options. And this is, how you can change the size of the different text that you have going on. So keep that in mind. Maybe after I started working on this, blah, 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 did my blah, blah, did everything I wanted to do. And I did go ahead and add another image that I've uploaded. We'll go with that one. Maybe I decided, you know what, this doesn't make any sense. Maybe I want to put this first. Well, have no fear, super easy. This is the little dots I was referring to earlier. Notice that when I hover over it, my mouse looks like a plus sign. Hold it, and now I can move it into place. So I want to put that there. You know what? I always have difficulty when I move up, but I don't have difficulty when I move down. So I'll take this one instead, and I'll move it down. And I'm having some difficulty. It's probably because I just made my page a little bit smaller just to see if that works for me. There we go. And it worked. I just had to make it a little bit smaller. And as you can see, I've easily changed the layout. Um, don't be shy. Like I said, there's like here, I'll do it to this one instead. Let's make it a little bigger so you can see what's going on. You also have this little palette, and what that allows you to do is add emphasis to the section. See how it made it kind of a light gray, or maybe I just clicked on the palette, add a more of an emphasis to it, and I want to make that section dark, this section white background, and maybe I want to add another section. And this is just my home page that I'm doing. But keep in mind that these are just templates. They are modified. You don't need to keep these templates. Maybe I like the idea of having two text box, this title thing, and then my information, but I want to put some more text over here. No problem. So I'm just going to go ahead. I clicked on it and I hit the delete key, or I could have hit the bucket. And now I can come here to text, and it automatically put the text box over here. No big deal. I'm going to take that text box. Whoops, I meant to click on this little dots. And I'm going to put it here in this section. I now have the opportunity, maybe I want to put that as a title here, and then I need to add another text box, which flew over here for whatever reason. Take that text box, and I have the opportunity to add my text over here. Please believe me, this will stretch out as long, it'll definitely stretch out. So maybe I want to do that. So my whole point is you have the ability to customize this any way that you like. And there are a couple different options as you go around and start looking. You can see that there are some options on the sides, on the off here. I could also go directly to my Google Drive and attach images to it. From this area, I could double click and that'll bring me to text box, Google Drive, and images. So that's like if you don't want to click over here. So you could also add a footer. If you look at common websites, the footer is where people will usually put like the date the website was created and who created the website, contact information, that kind of stuff. Not required to add a footer, but you can add a footer. And I could like go through all this and just delete it because I don't like it, Or maybe I customized something. I like it so much, I want to repeat it. I could duplicate the section, and as you can see, that's been duplicated. And maybe I want to repeat that theme down here afterwards. I have a little difficulty moving things around. I'm hoping you're a little bit more successful than I am. There we go. It worked. Obviously, I would change what I'm writing. I would change the words, maybe for balance purposes. I've decided that I want to put the words over here. It just kind of looks nice for me. Put the image. Look at that. That wasn't a theme that existed before. I just made it. I can also make these pictures bigger or smaller, and the same thing with that's the text boxes. So there is room to customize and change. Let me just get back up, make this so that's just my home page. So the home page is where I introduce information. Again, like I was saying, I can make it bigger and smaller. Within the options, I do have this crop button. So if I double click, I can go ahead and crop, zoom in, zoom out. So maybe I decide to zoom in. I did it on that. I click the OK. I'm like, whoops. First of all, it's blurry. Don't like it. Don't worry. You also have your undo button to help you with anything. So that's just your home page, but a website will contain multiple pages. So you probably ask me, how do I add another page? Great question, Ms. Serratus. So let me make sure I'm at 100% so you can see what I'm doing. Awesome. See right here where it says pages, click on that. And right now, the only page I have is a home page. If I go down to the bottom right corner and I click on the plus sign, and I have to decide what is the name of my new page. And I call it, maybe I'm going to do a little bit about the history. And then I'm going to add another page. I'm going to call that page, sites to tour. I don't know, use your imagination. You have to be creative. Maybe on the other, I'll do a page called accommodations. Oh, I know I spelled that wrong. Okay. Yep. And I'm spelling something wrong, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my tools there to fix it. And maybe I want to do restaurants or places to eat or something. I think I like the word places to eat better. Just an example. So now, as I'm adding it, you'll notice it's showing up over here, but more importantly, it's showing up over here. And the reason why there's a white line under this one is because this is where I'm at. But what I want you to notice is that it copied the same theme from the home page. They all have the similar header. So whatever you do on the home page, the themes that you select are going to copy through. Now you're not stuck by keeping, although I do like it at the top, and a lot of websites do have the navigation bar at the top. If you come here to this wheel, you can change it to the side as well. And when you do it that way, in order to navigate, is you click on the three lines, and now you see I can navigate that way. So you can choose how you want your navigation to be. The other thing I want to point out is maybe within your navigation within your different websites. Maybe you want to make sub websites. So to do that, let's see here. Maybe we'll do something under places to eat. So we can do here, if we go to the three dots, we can add a sub page. And maybe that one might be coffee shops. So if we have some information about pastries and coffee. I'm just making this stuff up as we're going along. And you notice how it indents? So that tells me there's a sub page there. And I might want to add another sub page just for restaurants. You do not have to do all this. I'm just giving you some ideas on how this works. So you'll notice now, no matter where I am, under the places to eat, there are sub pages. And yes, the sub pages keep the same theme that you have in your home page. You can also move things around. Like after I did this, I'm like, you know what? I want to put the sites to tour first. So you can just go ahead and click on it and simply just drag it and look at how that moved. And maybe I want to move the accommodations after my places to eat. I seem to do better moving up than it is moving down. Oops, I think I definitely made a mistake on that. So no big deal. I didn't mean it to be a sub page. Just going to undo. I just simply meant to take the accommodations page and put it afterwards. So it's going to work. All right. You know what I'm trying to do. And so I can do it that way. just keep in mind there's some options here as well, that you might want to play with and see what's there if it's something that's going to help you out. So anyway, so just a quick recap. You want to start with your themes, figure out what your colors are. Yes, you can change it later on. It will change it. The same theme will be applied to all of your pages. This is really awesome, but you're not stuck by that. You can customize. So feel free to explore. I didn't really touch upon this, but this is like a quick way to get to a Google slide that you created that you want to insert, or a Google sheet that you want to insert, a YouTube video. Yes, you can insert videos and images into your website, and you can change the sizes of any of these things. There are some navigation tools on the side as well, and different boxes will pop up with different options. So feel free to check it out. So good luck creating your website, make it visually appealing, have fun doing it. And once it is done, you will hit the publish button in order to, so to become published. All right. Have a great time. Bye.